Hello, chat, and welcome. Today we're going to be doing an analysis video of a game where we actually end up getting that push that we need to kind of jumpstart us to going into GM. Lots to talk about before we get in. First of all, we hit GM finally after the season started. We have a lot more time on the season than I would have liked to hit it in. I feel like a lot of that time me learning other characters and trying to flex into other roles was a big problem. I decided over the last day, for the most part, to just if you saw my post yesterday, I decided to only play Magic. I was literally stopped trying to fill, stopped trying to be super duper nice, and play super selfish and lock in Magic. And then if somebody asked me to swap, really try not to, unless quite literally it's like 5 man on DPS. But we did it. Here's the result. We actually hit GM, and because of that, we're back, and 4.8 hours, and then a lot of these we're trying to fill. Me trying to learn Mantis, Doctor Strange, Captain America, a lot of that for sure. And that didn't go too bad. But anyway, we put about like I want to say 4 hours into Magic pretty much in like 2 days. Of nothing but playing Magic. This is the stat log that we ended up having, and ironically, the last game getting into GM we actually did fill, playing Invisible Woman. But for the most part, a lot of these are actually just I played Strange for the last round here. Even on this loss, played Magic, Magic, a little bit of Namor, Magic, 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 and I think this is also Magic. Yeah, Magic. But a lot of Magic, lot of Magic. But anyway, I just wanted to go ahead and show that off before the video starts. We'll go ahead and get into the actual gameplay now. See you in a sec. Okay, first and foremost, I gotta rewind a sec. First and foremost, here we are. We'll go over the teams here in a second. Here on the blue team is my team. We're running Strange, Venom, Black Panther, myself as Magic, Cloak and Dagger, and Invisible Woman. And they do have a Namor, and Namor, Moon Knight, Groot and Moon Knight, by the way, disgusting combo. Hate that shit. Super duper annoying, super aggravating. Anyway, this is a game. This is not the game that got us into GM, but this is one of like the three. This is like the big game that kind of made me be like, all right, you know what? I'm actually sticking to my guns on this. I'm actually doing a lot better, playing a lot more consistent, being back to what I'm comfortable with. Really good kill here off the start, by the way. This is I actually did not know that this staircase off spawn was a thing. I did not know. I have never seen it before. So going up here, I was like, holy crap, we're actually up here way quicker than I was ready for. And because of that, we actually end up dipping off left. My team is pressuring up here in front. Black Panther kind of just dashes in, but I see a really good opportunity to just kind of go in, get a lot of bonus HP, and leave. I have 1 HP here. That's crazy. But yeah, no, I was having a lot of fun we're trying to put the demon here to see what we can see. Maybe dive the Moon Knight, but I don't think I stick. Yeah, no. I've been having a lot of fun playing Magic. I lost my edge a little bit because I hadn't been playing her that much this season, and I kind of regret that a lot now at this point because I came back and I was like, you know what, this is still the character that I actually really enjoy. I'll fill when I need to, but this is where, as shitty as this is stupid, but this is where I belong. This is the character that I belong on, and I have a really good time playing her. This is actually a really interesting first fight for the most part. I do not like how we go about handling this, especially after our team dies, the Thor being in a really bad spot. It's super duper sketch. Our Venom goes ahead and dips out, we also dip out. I was actually really alarmed whenever I saw this ending up happening, especially with the Namor. I actually considered swapping off after the first round, but I stuck to it. You'll see why in a little bit. Groot, a really annoying character. A lot of people tell me that, well, yeah, Magic can break the demon, the Waldo, but if you dive and he's reacting to you, you can be a little bit aggravating to play into, especially with the Namor, because they synergize pretty well together with the Groot ult. Namor out of position here. We end up seeing him. We get the look dashing up. Even if we don't hit the dash here, landing on the statue is more than enough, especially if he doesn't have the boob to kind of fly out on. Right here, seeing that our Cloak and Dagger is ulting on top of theirs, we know that ours is going to last a little bit longer, unless they pop another support ult, which I do believe they have, actually. Groot pops his ultimate, we end up backing out. Going for the easy kill on the Cloak and Dagger. This is more of like a circumstantial kill. I didn't actually know that she was up here until like I quite literally looked up and saw her. We know that Moon Knight is probably not up here because we can see that the glass is here. I did notice that. And so he's probably either down below or he's very far back into this doorway. Regardless, with where she's standing and this glass not being broken, she has no way to run other than downward. And she's low enough that we don't need to use our portal. We can actually just reaction dash her. And that's exactly what happens. She actually ends up falling. Really, really awesome. I like popping ult here because I'm at this point in time, the Luna Snow had been in ultimate for a second. We go ahead and listen. So there's the audio cue right there, right before the Moon Knight ult. So we know that it's actually going away here in a minute, and we have our shield that's popped currently. And you can actually kill Luna Snow in her ultimate as Magik if you hit your combo. Moon Knight is caught out. Really, really, really big kill. Chasing down the Luna Snow and then playing in the strange ult. Super duper clean. Okay, same thing. He's in the boob. We chase. We get the free kill because he doesn't have an escape tool and used it kind of bad. Him dying late is a really, really good thing for us though, because he's going to be a little bit late to the next push and they're going to have to wait a little bit for him. Right here, prepping with this Black Panther, I enjoy this idea a lot. I think this is a really good idea regardless. If we get something out of it, I like this a lot. We end up missing the dash. This is actually just a mechanical, like, mishap on my part. The jump right there scared the hell out of me, I'm not gonna lie. But we ended up getting out for free. I think does our Black Panther live? Yeah, he does. Really nice that we were able to play with the Black Panther right there. We're distracting the Thor, which is one of their tanks, so that's not too bad. Stacking up our bonus shield. And going in on Moo. Super duper important to kind of go ahead and evaluate. Venom is the big guy. He's the big target. They haven't seen me walk in for the most part yet. Moon Knight is low. It's super important that he dies here because Moon Knight, as a lot of you know, he can really turn a fight if he gets an ultimate. That character's ult is actually dumb right now. Regardless of the squid, in my opinion, at this point, I think my death is fine, and there's more value given for me dying while we have the point up, and the Moon Knight dying. A trade right here is actually better for my team, because I think as a, like, value to value situation where we are placed, the Moon Knight gets more value out of being alive than I do. So I think killing him in this situation and dying for it, even if, you know, I don't know if we do. Yeah, we do. I think this is actually a worthwhile trade, assuming that my team plays this correctly. I don't remember if they do or don't. So we'll see that in a second. Actually, I'll take a look while I'm on the way back. This is a little bit interesting looking. It looks like it was pretty even for the most part. We're up 80%, so we get an extra 20%. The Moon Knight is also late. He's coming back at the same time. Attempting to go in on the Namor right here. Backing off. Again, dumping shield. We see Cloak and Dagger out of position. We really, really want this kill. And she ends up dying for it, which is awesome. Very, very good. This is a really crappy spot to be in. Again, Moon Knight ultimate. Really dumb. Super stupid right now. We'll see our Cloak and Dagger. Yeah, we ended up losing the point, but we have a lot for it. We got a lot of percentile out of it. 99% is not bad at all. So definitely going to take that all day. Right here, kind of calling for to stay. I think we portal here in a moment. Which, portaling here is a good idea. We saved it for a while for this reason. So definitely not going to complain about it. By the way, I really like Magik's base design. I've been really enjoying using just the base skin recently. I have all of them currently. But the base skin, I don't know, it's grown on me quite a bit. I like the one with the purple sword too. Going in on the Moon Knight and the Luna right here is super nice because they're split. I don't know what they're doing this far away. This is just not... Especially because I've been playing so aggressive on their backline. As we've moved into the higher ranks, I've grown to trust my tanks a lot more. And because of this, I play up with them. Really, really nice first round, by the way. I play up with them, but mostly to see and kind of get a feel. I've been enjoying kind of this new idea of like seeing which player on their team is going to be the weakest link, so that way they can just lose that man on the map every time. And in this situation, in my opinion, I thought that the Moon Knight was the weakest person because, well, every time I dove him, he kind of just sat there and took it, and then nobody ever turned around. So I've enjoyed this match because it was a good chance for me to kind of establish that. We went over that a little bit, I believe, in the last video as well, where we played against the Penny Parker. Where we just kind of were like, okay, well, the Penny's playing really far away, the supports are in a really weak spot. we're going to play up and we're going to pass her. It's kind of the same idea here. The Moon Knight is playing super far from his team. Nobody's able to turn around and peel for him. In that situation, the Luna Snow was there, but she missed her stun, so it was just kind of aces from there for us. So really, really good situation to be in. We'll go ahead and real quick take a look at the stats. Again, they're not exactly going to tell you if you're winning or losing, but they can be a good indicator of how much ult charge you're building, how much kill participation you're having. Right now we're 13-2 with 8 final hits. So 8 kills out of the 13 that we have are the final hit was us, obviously, final hits. But you get the picture. I'm dropping about 7k damage, Black Panther 7.6. Pretty big round for us right there. As you can see, stats don't exactly always matter. Their Namor and their Moon Knight have like 1 billion more damage than us, but we're doing pretty good. We're just getting our picks are more worthwhile is all that means, which is very nice. Our tanks are doing their job. For the most part, I have not even helped our tanks for them, like, I want to say realistically at all. I played very selfish this game. Not always something that you want to do, but my tanks are keeping it together. And I don't... when playing with Venom, I'd rather Venom follow me than me follow Venom, because I feel like it's a lot easier for him, unless he ults, but I feel like after the knock-up, it's a lot easier for him to follow up and get a lot of damage out of it, and get the kills. Diving in right here, I should probably talk about this. In my opinion, while we see that Thor and Black Panther are here, I didn't take into account these squids. The blue one up top, this is really bad. If we end up losing this situation, especially with the penny stuff back here, this is really horrible. But their Moon Knight and Cloak and Dagger seem disoriented. So it actually, I do believe it works out for the most part. But in the long term, I would kind of prefer to be a little bit more passive and wait for my team to make a little bit more impact. Because I actually end up dying here. Because I believe I'm being shot by the squids. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Okay. So I'm just in a really bad spot. This is a really, really terrible position for me to be in. We'll go ahead and just take a look at where my team is. I didn't stop to assess this in any capacity. So this is a pretty dumb situation. For me, our team is super split and heavily back here. Our healers are both back here. And Thor and I are just out of position. We are never getting help. They cannot see me through this wall, obviously. It's a Namor and a Luna. Obviously, in a ranged fight, Namor's going to 2-tap me, free, and Luna's going to do a lot of damage because she's also hit scan. She has the freeze. She has a lot of options, and I actually get frozen. So this is just terrible. Honestly, this is like a really bad snowball position for us. If we lose this game, this is going to be a big chunk of the reason why is because of this, and then they snowball with their setup play because they have 3 really good setup characters, and they also have Moon Knight who's floating around somewhere. So, I'll stop rambling about this particular play, but I'm not a really fan of what I did here. Obviously, I died, but it's super important to kind of, why did I die here? What could I have done better? I just jumped the gun. I got too excited because I played well in the last round, and because of that, we ended up falling short. We still have ult. We are saving it for Black Friday, I guess, because we still have it after, like, the first fight, for whatever reason. This is a really interesting predicament because, well, our teammates swapped the hell up, but my team is playing up further, and I'm not really able to synergize well with Thor and Venom here as of this moment because I don't know why. I just can't not play with Thor. I can see why he's good, and I know he's good. He's a good character. Really? Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me glaze myself really quick. Charging up the little slash attack, so that way I have both portals here, is a really good use of cooldowns. You want to always optimize getting most value out of not having to use a portal as much as you can, because having both your portals will essentially, a lot of times you'll live. We'll go over and talk about this. For those of you that are unaware, landing this particular combo, the same one that you normally use whenever engaging, so you're going to use your Step Disc Eldritch Whirl into the dash uppercut move. If Luna Snow was in her ult in this situation and I hit her, she would have died. I want to make that very clear so people can go and practice it, whatever. I did not cover this in the guide video that I had just done, but this is a super duper good chance to show this because it's exactly what happens. She gets one shot. Same thing happens if she's an ultimate. Playing in the Invisible Woman ult here obviously is a much, much better idea than pushing them. Now that it's about to end and we see our Thor ulting, we can play up and help him. Moon Knight is super out of position again. We go ahead and pick up the extra kill. Not too terrible at all. Okay, so we'll go ahead and talk about this a little bit. I really enjoyed this position in particular because the idea is if Namor comes to set up and he walks through here, then we can dive him and kill him. Same thing with Moon Knight because he's a 250 HP target. If he comes through here, we charge up our slash attack, our ranged melee, and then we are able to dive and go in because they're going to be walking in a straight line for the most part, so this is going to be a pretty much free kill. When taking pressure like this, if they don't know you're here and they haven't seen you, I really, really want people to kind of try this. It's not going to win games, but it's going to be an extra pick and might make somebody like late to the fight and what have you. If this is a Luna, like say they have like 3 people walking up here and then like 2 of them pass this corner and you're just kind of sneaking up, or like 2 of them go in here and they're going down below and then somebody wants to come up here and take high ground and you kill them. It's a really good opportunity for you. I don't think actually anybody comes, but this actually comes with another benefit where we end up forking their team a little bit because our team is able to pressure the main door while we are pressuring behind. I think in this situation in particular, Groot walls this for safety, not even necessarily knowing I'm here. He just walls it just to make sure that they're not getting doped. Super duper smart on his part. They end up ulting. Right here, we go in on the Groot. Super duper out of place. I don't know why he walked up so far. We end up dying though. Namor and Moon Knight just melt so much HP. It's pretty tragic. We'll see how the rest of the interaction is going. We end up dying. Does Hela die late? Or she live? No, she actually ends up dying. So we'll talk about this. This isn't any flame at this person or anything. In this particular situation, when we're like pretty much it's curtains for the most part, in my opinion, dying quickly here and just kind of running at them and dying to make sure that you're on a same rotation as the rest of your team who's coming off spawn is a lot more important than living here, because I believe that we actually lose some time by wanting to wait for Hela, because now we're waiting an extra 10 seconds on top of like how long it took Venom, Thor, and myself to come off spawn, and our supports are just kind of sitting there. So in hindsight, this person probably was just like, oh, I need to live, I don't want to die, which is fine, which is totally fair. I think dying quickly is the much better play, because you can see everybody's ready to go. And now we were waiting another 10 for Hela to come off spawn. So, really tragic, but it happens. Here, I think that, you know, I'll let it play out, and then we'll talk about it afterward. We end up taking high ground here, and moving in with the Thor. I guess their Cloak and Dagger was sitting up here the whole time. I didn't even know that, actually. I just wasn't listening to audio. Kind of crazy. I really hope that I don't go in here. This would be super duper embarrassing. I hope that I just wait for my team for like 20 seconds. I don't think I can, actually. Okay. So we'll talk about this a little bit. I hate this choke because of like situations like this. Rather than team taking this high ground, or like maybe moving low ground, maybe going left, and wrapping all the way. I hate this main push. This main choke is so obnoxious. It's such a... Look at this. It's such a blender. You just walk through this area, ability dump over and over and over again, and there's nothing you can do. Especially with their team comp right here. If in this situation, what I wish would have happened would be I get another person up here on top with me, and like I get that little bit of extra help. Or maybe we take this spot up here. Notice how much larger of an area, like surface area, this is to send like ults at than like this staircase. Especially for nobody going up and over like right here. So it's pretty sad, but it happens. We'll get into what I'm doing wrong as well here in a second. Well, actually, I think we're in OT. What do I end up doing here? How do I end up engaging? I'm lost. That's what I'm doing. Do we kill Luna? No. Yeah. This was mostly a Hail Mary play. There's never a situation where we ever win here. Even if I win in at the right time, everybody dying so early is kind of a tragedy. But end of round stats for this one: 13 final hits out of 19 kills, 5 deaths. So our deaths are pretty low by comparison to the rest of the lobby. We're keeping in line with their team for the most part, and we're tied. Our damage is much better than last round. We played a lot better, I would say, on that department than we did last game. But at the same time, I'm not really a big fan of how I addressed a lot of the engages at the start of the round, and I feel like this would have been a much more comfortable win had I actually gone and moved forward for the most part. Like, moved forward in a much more productive way and waited for them to name more utility. Granted, I'm trying to play Magic a lot more into Namor Penny so I can learn the matchup instead of bitching about it so much. Right here, my team takes a portal, but I don't know, by the way. This portal, I'm not sure. When I saw my teammates pop out of this, I was like, I don't know what we're doing, because they're just going to shoot into our spawn. They're just going to shoot us while we walk out of it. They have a penny. Like, what do we do? They just put mines under the portal that we can't break, right? So, disregarding the portal anyway, I'm not entirely sure what was going down, but it happens. They end up Cloak and Dagger ulting. This ultimate, though, on their part, this is a very preemptive ult for they're still being 15 seconds. The ultimate's gonna pretty much be up by the time the point is open. I think saving it might have been better, seeing like how this fight's gonna float. But they do have Luna ult, and we don't have a support ult, so I guess it probably works out. I want to say I don't remember entirely. I can't imagine that they lose off of it though. Yeah, there's no way in hell. I think we all just end up exploding here. We end up walking at Groot. Okay. I like playing in the ult here. Okay, so I pop ultimate. I do remember this now. So, okay. First and foremost, I'm gonna say what you're about to see should never work, but it does. So, this is kind of dumb of me. So, backing up a little bit. I go in, and I'm like assisting. We're playing in the ultimate, kind of playing for stall, which is great. Don't get me wrong. It's nice that our Venom is up, our Invisible Woman drops ult. In theory, this is a much more winnable angle now, if we don't take into account the fact that Lunasto probably has ultimate. But we play it out, and our Venom swings out of the ult, and it's just a fight, big fight. We end up dropping ult as the ultimate drops, and this is super duper lucky, and this is the only reason why this play ever works, is because we see that Luna Snow moves forward, and she's the person that we kill. And then because of that, this is just a bunch of free damage that we are able to dump, and we are able to pick up 3. But for the most part, this play should never work. Nice pickup on the Groot, really, really nice. Killing the Luna Snow is the only reason that this fight wins. Like, there's nothing else that I've done that is completely destroyed if Luna doesn't die there. In my opinion, that was a terrible ult, but it works out, so we'll take it and glaze. But, it's a very nice turnaround. It gives a lot of momentum for the next play, because it's gonna be like, well, why didn't we use Luna ult? That type of thing. Right here, they see me. I kind of want to figure out how, though. Like, what? Wait, okay. So, they see me. How? Nobody's looking at me. Did they hear me? Yeah, I must have been heard, because Namor turns around very promptly. Okay. Namor turns, and we end up leaving. We end up... I think he follows? Yeah, he does. Namor follows us, and we just get, like, destroyed. Absolutely obliterated. Trying to dive in Namor. Funniest thing I've ever seen. Overall, very, very good first push. 38% is pretty... personable. It's not bad at all. Hela picks up 3, I think? She gets 3 kills? No, she gets 2. Okay, this is a super duper good position, though. We see that our team is, like, moving, making a lot of moves. Venom is ulting. They're leaving, so they're probably low. Based on that, our Hela just ulted. I can imagine that a lot of them would be low, so I chose to kind of follow up. I did not expect this penny to be 1 HP, though. And a very big lucky pickup on the group. Just that was a lot of right place, right time. We know that they're going to be moving back into their spawn because of the Hela ultimate, which is nice. Not very much expecting them all to be low, because nobody calmed in this game for the most part. So it was a big chance, but it's a very, very nice situation to be in. Okay, we get pushed by Namor and Moon Knight. We end up moving out of the way a little bit. Namor actually does not chase. He actually ends up going over here to the left. But we see that Moon Knight is over here. And because of that, it's a very free pickup. And then somehow, some way, this guy just does not shoot at us. This is a very lucky kill. I think he falls, actually, on accident, which is huge for us. Okay, Namor goes up top. Big dive on the Namor, very clean. He uses the bubble. Here, I choose to go back to the team and help them to make sure that after the Invisible Woman ult drops, we are there to kind of pick up and do as much damage as we need to. Seeing the support split, so we end up moving in on them. Hearing the ultimate go off from the group, so we turn around to help our team. Charging up the big swing so we mainly get enough damage to kill somebody. Doesn't work. I call for a reset here and try to pull everyone back. I think Hela ends up falling here anyhow. Yeah, she does. Not a bad one, though. We got 99% out of one play, and the play was something that I had made for the team, which was really, really great. Super duper nice. Very, very good playmaking situation for the character. Very, very satisfied. I said that, like, very, very, like, 8 times there, but you get the point. We have an ult here. They have Luna ult, but, I don't think... Oh, yeah, okay, I see actually what happens. We call for Luna ult, and I say, oh, I'm gonna wait until Luna's ulting. And then Strange hits this. I think I kill her and immediately ultimate after, for the most part. Yeah, I do. Yeah, she dies, drop the ultimate immediately after. Because they have Jeff the Landshark, so we know they don't have another Team Protector mechanic. Oh, where's this stupid little fish? There he is. Huge, get the kill, nice little pickup. And right here, only objective for me is to just make sure she doesn't touch. That's the only reason why I do this. I don't even care about killing her. I just didn't want her to touch so I can get this free win. Very, very nice. We'll go ahead and go over the end of round stats. 28 and 6, definitely not bad. Kept the deaths low, especially here in the last round. 21 final hits out of 28 kills is not bad at all. We were able to win a lot more of our engagements than we were losing. Super great. 15k damage, nothing too terrible at all, especially on a match such as this one. But regardless, I hope that you guys had a wonderful time watching this. I wasn't planning on doing another analysis video, but that was a game that I didn't record and that I actually really, really liked and I had a lot of fun with, and I felt like there was a lot more of learnable situations out of that than not. So I love you guys, and I hope that we can hit 10k soon, because that'd be awesome, and you guys have been killing it. So without further ado, I'll get out of your ear. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, whatever you're doing. Eat your lunch. Bye.